Hello, bedtime story. I thought I'd read something for you young adults. Look over Queen Elizabeth, the selected letters of Queen Elizabeth, counting one's blessing. You can see, God bless Queen Elizabeth and her Queen Diane's children, William, everybody, Kate, and George. God bless y'all, Harry. Watch this. Let me see here. 17th October 1923 to Darcy Osborne, White Lodge. Dear Miss Osborne, it is delicious of you to send me 2 books for the journey to Belgrade. It really is nice of you to think of it, and I'm very grateful as the prospect of 3 days in the train shocks me to a degree, and your books will make all the difference. I'm so glad you don't mind returning to London as much as you thought you would. Do you ever go out to a musical comedy? I think there is nothing to beat them, and the worse the better. I go occasionally to see the Astairs dance and stop flirting. Have you seen them? They are delicious, I think. About Isabel, a young American friend of D.R. Isabel, necessary and ambassador that one points against her poor girl. Now let me see, against, or, her name, sense of humor, American, 8 millions, indifferent features, no parent. Yes, I think you ought to marry. The sense of humor balances of everything. I must stop now and turn over the clocks, wind up the piano, and generally prepare for adventure in the Balkans. I feel it is good to be a rather an ordeal, but amusing. Thank you again so much for the books. Yours sincerely, Elizabeth. Let's see. The Queen did a lot of writing back then. It's a good going to the library also helps with practicing English. For those of you trying to learn English, most libraries and newspapers are helpful, especially when somebody as myself is reading to you. It helps practice pronunciation, English vocabulary. After all, English, as most know around the world, is the universal language. Here in America, you have to know English. At least try to learn it, understand it, as most folks try to understand your language, your culture, and where you're from. Much love, especially those in Japan, everywhere else. Hong Kong, Russia, you name it. Italy, Portugal, South America, Brazil, New Mexico. God bless you. Reading on. 21-22 October 1923 to Lady Strathmore, Palace Royal, Belgrade. My darling mother, just a hurried line to tell you that we had a very good journey out here and found a large party, all family. Everything is very funny here, just like a musical comedy. Everything is very unpunctual and very pompous. Yesterday was a very long day and tiring. Today is Paul's wedding. I will tell you all about it later, as there is only a few minutes now. Alexander's wife is ill, so her mother, the Queen of Romania, has taken the lead in everything and enjoyed herself widely. She is very nice, though, and they all speak English always. The King of Romania is too absurd. We get on so well, and he honestly is pure about none. Alexander gave me a lovely little watch in his order, which spoils all my clothes, as it is blue and white. It has been boiling 80 degrees today and shining sun. I hope we all will be coming to London soon, darling. So, Abiel, please forgive this short scribble from your very loving Elizabeth. 26th October 1923 to Lady Strathmore, White Lodge. My darling mother, thank you a million times for ringing up the last night. We had an awful crossing, but luckily I didn't feel sick. Catherine was very sick. The Serbian visit was terribly funny. They all walked about all day in musical comedy uniforms. I will try and tell you a little about it. We arrived at Zagreb at about 9 o'clock last Saturday, where we hitched our carriage onto Alexander's train, which he had sent for us. It was one The Austrian emperors very readily. They knew that. There were several footmen dressed in beautiful liveries of pale blue, with trousers that went to spats. Do you know the sort of huge silver buttons? We traveled the whole day, though through a completely flat plain, all cultivated, but no roads at all. We got to Belgrade at 7:30, where Alexander's met us and his sister and his wife was ill. The band played God Save the King very quickly over and over again, and we got into a tiny blue Victorias and white horses and rushed off to the palace. The whole family was there, the king and queen of Romania, the eldest son and his wife, and another daughter, who is queen of Greece, Elena, and all Paul's fiancé and family. They all were so nice and very English. The next day the christening was at 11, and Bertie was simply terrified at having to carry the baby about. However, it went off very well, and the whole thing was lovely. Afterwards, there was a tremendous luncheon party of about 300, and about 4 Bertie and I and Paul and Olga drove out and looked at Belgrade, and then went and had tea with the Romanians on their yacht in the Danube. They nearly had lived there, as there is little room in this palace. There was a family dinner and then concert and reception after I got so tired that Bertie and I crept away. The next day was Paul's wedding. Olga looked lovely, I thought, and went off very well, and Paul was so happy he was enchanted at having us there. And otherwise he had no real friends and a large luncheon. And then I went off to see a hospitals for children run by a Scotch women doctor. It is the only one in all Serbia and does marvelous work. And then I went down to the Danube and joined Bertie on the Glowworm, which is British monitor. And then we went off to the legation and met the British colony, very small and all Scotch. Then home and I rested while Bertie went down to see Paul off after dinner was departed. I drove down to the station with Alexander, and it was very funny, as we did not really go. You see, the train went very early the next morning, so we had thought it would be less trouble to sleep in our own wagon with carriage and just get hitched on the train very early when we were asleep. So we went through all the usual pomp and on the guard of honor, looking exactly like the medal of choice of every band and rows of ladies, with bouquets and kisses all around. And then we steamed triumphantly out of the station for about 20 hours, where we stopped all night. It was so funny because it was all sham, and they all knew it too. You have no idea how odd they are and so nice. I feel rather tired now, but I am having a good rest. I got on very well, and them all, especially the king of Romania, who is the silliest and kindest old idiot. Also Alexander, who is very shy, and they do are coming south soon. You must be longing to see your polo ponies, and I'll be your angels. Lots of love to Father from your very loving Elizabeth. Goes without saying, especially to those who admire this child Kate and holding little George and William and Harry. God bless the Queen Elizabeth. Much loves from here in Clarksville, Tennessee, near Fort Campbell, 101st Airborne Division. You know, mate, I catch you on the Xbox once in a while. I took out half your fleet of tanks and tanked the game. If you ever go on there, I'll be sure to see you again. With, how did he do that so quick across your face? You know, people go in there and they say, oh, shoot, that's Commander Russ. Two words, not together. Define me, gamer tag. When I get on there, it blows people's body. I want to go screaming for popcorn. Remember, same kind of game if I were to play Joust with William or Harry. Would I joust with them? Yes, I would, out of pure friendship. After all, I'd probably run off with the horse after knocking him off his. Squared away, Army Chief. After all, I'm not one to give up on anything I believe in, even out of friendship. Much love to y'all out there in London. It is blooming hot over here. It's so humid as I'm trying to not sweat bullets. It's not as hot as down south of here in America. Down there, it's not even including humidity at 8 a.m. where Florida is at. Much love to you all on behalf of me and my son. Remember, stay positive over there, especially all you Harry Potter fans. Y'all should come to Orlando sometime. See the new Harry Potter area at Universal Studios. Much love. Next, I'm going to be reading Curious George for you little ones, especially you little girls waiting to go to bed later on this evening. I didn't forget about any of you. Yeah, it's a post library. As you can see, most people don't know what a library is. Let me help you out. Do you see that information? Oh, that's brilliant for a bookmark. They come in handy. They're squared away librarians. But then checking out books. Dun, 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 dun. Ta-da. One of Dolly Parton's favorites, country singer, God bless her, and Kenny Rogers, supporting the libraries all over the world, trying to keep bookstores and libraries going, and BarnesandNoble.com and all else fails. So, what is it going to be today? I know. Curious George, what kind of mischief can he get out of? Let's read. Curious George makes pancakes. As you can see. By Margaret H. and H.A. Ray. Favorite of mine since I was a kid. Yeah, single bachelor. This is George. George was a good little monkey and always very curious. One morning, the man with the yellow hat woke George early. Time to get up, George, he said. The pancake breakfast is today. George loved the pancake breakfast. It was a fundraiser held every year to make money for special programs at the children's hospitals. Besides eating pancakes, there were all kinds of games to play. Even the mayor came to play and eat. But first he gave a welcome speech. Ever been to a welcoming town city party? Check that out. You see that? Georgetown has all kinds of things to do. Festival, summer festival, parade. Thank you all for coming to the mayor's day. We appreciate your generous support. He thanked all the volunteers who were helpful that day, and finally he said, please enjoy yourself, as he stood in front of the pancake breakfast sign. And the pancakes. Some people throw pancake parties, even on neighborhood blocks. When the mayor finished, the man with the yellow hat said, George, I'm going to buy our tickets. Please wait here, and don't be too curious. George waited like a good little monkey, but something smelled good. Could it be the pancakes? George was curious. He followed the delicious smell and found a whole griddle full of pancakes. George watched as the man poured little batter in circles, flipped them up in the air. It looked like fun to make pancakes. George wanted to help. On a table near the griddle was a basket full of blueberries. These pancakes need blueberries, George thought, and he sprinkled some on top. See him and the chef? Look at what he's getting into. And he's helping out. You see him? He's helping that chef with the blueberries. Meanwhile, the man at the griddle was so busy he didn't notice the little monkey helping him. But the line grew and grew. George's pancakes were a hit. Soon everyone wanted them, and the man could not keep up. Please wait, he said to someone holding an empty plate. I need to find an assistant to help me. And just like that, he was gone. George looked at the people waiting in line, and then at the empty griddle. Why, he could make pancakes. He could be the assistant. George poured the batter into the nice round circles. Next, he added blueberries. He waited just a minute to let the pancakes cook. Then he flipped them over, and last he added syrup. See George getting carried away? That's usually how you make pancakes. And then he decorates them with blueberries or some kind of fruit. Trying to help that chef out. The line for pancakes was enormous, but with the four hands, George made quite a chef. And no one's plate was empty for long. I've been coming to this breakfast for years, a man said, but I've never seen pancakes made like this before. I've never eaten this many pancakes before, said a girl. I didn't even like pancakes before, said another girl, and they all lined up for more. When the man returned with his new assistant, he was shocked to see a monkey making pancakes. This is no place for a monkey, he yelled, and he began to chase George. Uh-oh. George was being told to get out and making a mess. George hadn't meant to cause trouble. He only wanted to help. Now he only wanted to get away. Quickly, George found a place to hide, and the man and his assistant ran right by. But where did George go? Now kids know where George went. Where's George at? You see him? When it was safe to come out, George jumped down. He was covered in syrup like a pancake, and he was sticking to everything. George was curious. Could these napkins help him get clean? You see George trying to take on napkins? Especially having a festival. You want to always throw napkins in the trash can, not laying around on the ground. They can do so much mess. No, the napkins only made it worse when George needed was some water to wash with. Why, here was the perfect thing. George climbed up. This would do the trick for a sticky monkey. George sat on the bench and splashed himself with water. But all of a sudden, as you can see George trying to clean himself off. What did he do now? Splash! George was in the water. What a surprise. George climbed up and again splashed back down. He'd never been in a dunk tank. You ever seen a dunk tank? You go up, you give the person $3 at the festival rides, fairgrounds. You play the dunk tank game. All of a sudden you hit the target right on the spot and the person gets dunked into a pile of water. That's what happened to George. With a surprise, George climbed up and again splashed back down. He never been in a dunk tank before, and he never had so much fun getting clean. You see that? The man was throwing the ball right at the target. The bell rang, and he fell in. Couldn't figure out why. You see? Was having fun, the line at the dunk tank grew even longer than the line for pancakes. Later, the mayor came by. I've heard all about your delicious pancakes, he said. You made our fundraiser a big success, and I have a special favor to ask. At the end of the day, George got her a present. The money from the fundraiser to the president of the hospital. Thanks to you, George. This has been our best year ever. She said, will you come back and make pancakes again next year? George nodded and everyone cheered. The end. Now you see what kind of mischief Curious George got out of this time? Much love to all you kids. It goes that even at a fairground or a festival, you can still have fun. Even while eating candy, cotton candy, you name it. Riding festival rides, taking part in raising a fundraiser, all kinds of things to do, not just going to the zoo or Watertown, aquariums. Right here in Nashville, they got an amazing water place. You can go swimming, check out your local pool times, all kinds of things to do. Parks, camping, fishing, you name it. Even check out when you become of age, the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts group. See what they're into. Help them out. All kinds of places. Museums, libraries. Keeping libraries going. God bless them. To all you kids out there, it pays to stay positive, be kind, do not, even when you have a book, you have a sleepover, you can always share the book. You never know, you might just cheer up that friend who's feeling kind of down. Much love. I'll say your prayers tonight. And those of you who are wanting to write postal correspondence, you can send your postal letters to 912 Tiny Pound Road, Clarksville, Tennessee, 37042. Oh, and make sure it's signature request. Alright? And then they gotta knock on the door. After all, let's get into that point. But things have to be signaturized request. That way they got a photo of your face, they got everything. UPS is cleared away. FedEx, you name it. Point is that. You say your prayers tonight. Remember to think of those less fortunate. Think of those who want parents. Think of those who are in hospitals, who could use a friend, a hug, a teddy bear. Of teddy bear cares. Teddy bear to heart. After all, showing military support and caring for the whole world is not exactly easy around here, but somebody has to do it. Somebody has to show to never stop caring, especially for you. Which was? Especially little girls. Especially those that go to my church at Liberty Chapel on base. I'll bust on. Can't miss it. Big old church. God bless y'all. Y'all stay hanging there. Say your prayers tonight, Lord. Watch over me, my soul to keep. May I awake after good long dreams and have a beautiful day. I'm taking on learning new things. And those of you who want parents, I hope you find those worthy of you. From my heart to you. Much love. Watch your health. Don't get sick. Eat your vegetables. I'm telling your parents. I'm telling everybody. Cat, dog, everybody. Everybody. Don't give your family and friends a hard time. God bless you.